Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought up and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Witness testimony finished in Trump hush money case, setting up closing arguments. Trump shares video suggesting his victory will bring unified Reich. Police break up pro-Palestinian camp at the University of Michigan. Trump allies plead not guilty in Arizona fake electors case. Biden releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline from Northeast Reserve in bid to lower prices at pump. Ed Dwight, America's first black astronaut candidate, finally goes to space 60 years later. US blacklists ex-Bangladesh general named in Al Jazeera investigation. Iran begins funeral ceremonies for Raisi. Arrest warrants for Netanyahu, Hamas leaders, France Belgium back ICC bid. UN halts all food distribution in Rafah after running out of supplies in the southern Gaza city. One dead, 30 hurt as Singapore flight hits turbulence. Trump campaign calls The Apprentice blatantly false. Directors offers to screen it for him. And Australia's Sam Kerr ruled out of Paris Olympics 2024 with ACL injury. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. More than 4 weeks of witness testimony in the New York hush money trial of former United States President Donald Trump have ended with the defense resting its case. The development on Tuesday means that the trial will be put on pause until next week, when both the prosecution and the defense will give their closing arguments in the case, which is connected to payments allegedly made to an adult film star who said she had a sexual encounter with Trump. Upon the resumption of the trial, the jury will deliberate on whether Trump is guilty of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. The end of witness testimony in the unprecedented trial also means that Trump will not be called to the witness stand by the defense, despite months of speculation that the bombastic former president might do so. As Trump returned to the courtroom, he told reporters that there is no crime, but that the prosecution may try and devise one right now. As he argued, Judge Merchan has been very helpful to the other side. We have a situation where we have no crime, and this next couple of hours is very important because the judge can try and manufacture one, Trump said. He emphasized the same remarks he has made over the last few weeks of the trial, continuing to say that there is no basis for the trial and that Merchan is a corrupt judge. Former President Donald Trump's account shared a video on social media Monday that referred to a unified Reich among possible developments if he were to win re-election in November, drawing criticism from the Biden campaign. Trump's account posted a 30-second video to his Truth Social platform on Monday afternoon that asked what happens after Donald Trump wins, and what's next for America. The background is made up of hypothetical newspaper front pages with headlines including "Border is closed, 15 million illegal aliens deported, and economy booms." Twice in the clip, slightly blurred text appears beneath the headlines that reads "Industrial strength significantly increased, driven by the creation of a unified Reich." The post of the video had been deleted from Truth Social on Tuesday morning. Reich, meaning realm, kingdom, or empire, is often considered to be a reference to Hitler's Third Reich regime that emerged in 1930s Nazi Germany, and its inclusion in the video was condemned by Democrats. America, stop scrolling and pay attention. Donald Trump is not playing games. He is telling America exactly what he intends to do if he regains power: rule as a dictator over a unified Reich. James Singer, spokesman for President Joe Biden's re-election campaign, said in a statement Monday night. Singer said in a statement Tuesday that Trump's post is part of a pattern of his praise for dictators and echoing anti-Semitic tropes. He is a threat to our democracy, and Americans must reject him and stand up for our democracy this November. Police broke up a pro-Palestinian encampment Tuesday at the University of Michigan less than a week after demonstrators showed up at the home of a school official and placed fake body bags on her lawn. Officers wearing helmets with face shields moved in before sunrise to clear the diag, known for decades as a site for campus protests. Video posted online showed police at times using what appeared to be an irritant to spray people who were forced to retreat. The encampment had been set up in late April near the end of the school year and as families arrived for spring commencement. Posters taunting President Santayana and other officials were also displayed. After the camp was cleared, nearby buildings, including the undergraduate and graduate libraries, were closed, and police turned away students who showed up to study. ONU said in a statement that the encampment had become a threat to safety with overloaded power sources and open flames. Organizers, he added, had refused to comply with requests to make changes following an inspection by a fire marshal. Protesters have demanded that the school's endowment stop investing in companies with ties to Israel, but the university insists it has no direct investments and less than 15 million pledged with funds that might include companies in Israel. That's less than 0.1% of the total endowment. Allies of former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty Tuesday in Arizona on charges related to their involvement in a plan to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in the state. The 11 people arraigned Tuesday include former Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani and so-called fake electors who signed documents claiming to be Arizona's Electoral College electors, even though now President Joe Biden narrowly carried the state and Arizona certified his victory. Others arraigned Tuesday were former Arizona GOP chair Kelly Ward and her husband Michael Ward, state legislator Anthony Kern, Robert Montgomery, the former head of the Cochise County GOP, Republican Party activist Samuel Moorhead, Nancy Cottle, and Lauren Pellegrino, Greg Safstein, the former Arizona GOP executive director, former Trump attorney Christiana Bobb, and Tyler Bauer, the Republican National Committee's Arizona committeeman and the chief operating officer of the Trump-aligned Turning Point Action. Giuliani, Bauer, Cottle, Montgomery, Pellegrino, and Bobb appeared virtually. They were among 18 people charged last month by a state grand jury over the plan. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The Biden administration said Tuesday it is releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline from a Northeast reserve established after Superstorm Sandy in a bid to lower prices at the pump this summer. The sale from storage sites in New Jersey and Maine will be allocated in increments of 100,000 barrels at a time. The approach will create a competitive bidding process that ensures gasoline can flow into local retailers ahead of the July 4 holiday and sold at competitive prices, the Energy Department said. The move, which the department said is intended to help lower costs for American families and consumers, follows a mandate from Congress to sell off the 10-year-old Northeast Reserve and then close it. The language was included in a spending deal Congress approved in March to avert a partial government shutdown. The Energy Department said the sale was timed to provide relief for motorists as the summer driving season begins. Ed Dwight, America's first black astronaut candidate, finally rocketed into space 60 years later, flying with Jeff Bezos' rocket company on Sunday. Dwight was an Air Force pilot when President John F. Kennedy championed him as a candidate for NASA's early astronaut corps, but he wasn't picked for the 1963 class. Dwight, now 90, went through a few minutes of weightlessness with 5 other passengers aboard the Blue Origin capsule as it skimmed space on a roughly 10-minute flight. He called it a life-changing experience. "I thought I really didn't need this in my life," Dwight said shortly after exiting the capsule. "But now I need it in my life. I am ecstatic." The brief flight from West Texas made Dwight the new record holder for oldest person in space, nearly 2 months older than Star Trek actor William Shatner was when he went up in 2021. The United States has blacklisted Bangladesh's former Chief of Staff, retired General Aziz Ahmed, because of his involvement in significant corruption. Ahmed was the subject of the 2021 Al Jazeera investigation, All the Prime Minister's Men, which focused on how a criminal gang led by the general's brother, Haris Ahmed, used police and paramilitary units to abduct rivals and earn millions in bribes. Aziz Ahmed engaged in significant corruption by interfering in public processes while helping his brother evade accountability for criminal activity in Bangladesh, the U.S. Department of State said in a statement on Monday. Aziz also worked closely with his brother to ensure the improper awarding of military contracts and accepted bribes in exchange for government appointments for his personal benefit, it added. As a result of the blacklisting, Aziz and his immediate family members will be ineligible to enter the U.S. Now it's time for global updates. Tens of thousands of Iranians on Tuesday gathered to mourn the late President Ibrahim Raisi following his death in a helicopter crash as authorities probe what caused the aircraft to smash into the side of a remote mountainside during foggy weather. Waving Iranian flags and portraits of the late president, mourners set off from a central square in the northwestern city of Tabriz, where Raisi was headed when his helicopter crashed on Sunday. They walked behind a lorry carrying the coffins of Raisi and his 7 aides. Their helicopter lost communications while it was on its way back to Tabriz after Raisi attended the inauguration of a joint dam project on the Aras River, which forms part of the border with Azerbaijan, in a ceremony with his counterpart Ilham Aliyev. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has ultimate authority in Iran, declared 5 days of national mourning and assigned Vice President Mohammad Mukbar as a caretaker president until a presidential election can be held. The state media later announced that the election will be held on June 28. Iran's top nuclear negotiator Ali Bagheri, who served as deputy to Amir Abdullahian, was named acting foreign minister. France, Belgium, and Slovenia released statements supporting the world's top war crimes court and its chief prosecutor's request for arrest warrants for leaders of Israel and Hamas after Israel and the United States both harshly condemned the effort. The International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor Karim Khan accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and 3 Hamas leaders Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Deif, and Ismail Haniyeh of war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Gaza Strip and Israel. While Netanyahu and Gallant do not face imminent arrest, the announcement Monday was a symbolic blow that deepened Israel's isolation over the offensive in Gaza, reports AP. France supports the International Criminal Court, its independence, and the fight against impunity in all situations, the foreign ministry said in a statement late on Monday. The Belgian foreign minister Hadza Lahbib welcomed the International Criminal Court prosecutor's request for arrest warrants against Israeli and Hamas leaders as an important step. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. The United Nations says it has suspended food distribution in the southern Gaza city of Rafah due to lack of supplies and insecurity. It also said no aid trucks entered in the past 2 days via a floating pier set up by the US for sea deliveries. The UN has not specified how many people remain in Rafah after the Israeli military launched an intensified assault there on May 6, but there appears to be several 100,000 people. Abir Etifa, a spokesperson for the UN's World Food Programme, warned that humanitarian operations in Gaza are near collapse if food and other supplies don't resume entering Gaza in massive quantities. Famine-like conditions will spread, she said. The warning came as Israel seeks to contain the fallout from a request by the chief prosecutor of the world's top war crimes court for arrest warrants for Israeli and Hamas leaders, a move supported by 3 European countries, including key ally France. The prosecutor at the International Criminal Court cited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for alleged use of starvation as a method of warfare, a charge they and other Israeli officials angrily deny. The prosecutor accused three Hamas leaders of war crimes over killings of civilians in the group's October 7 attack. One person died and 30 were injured Tuesday when a Singapore Airlines flight from London hit severe turbulence and was forced to make an emergency landing in Bangkok. Flight tracking data suggested the plane dropped more than 1,800 meters in just 5 minutes over the Andaman Sea west of Thailand, causing multiple head injuries to those on board. It is the latest drama involving a Boeing plane after a fuselage panel blew out of an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX in January, as well as two fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019. Singapore Airlines said flight SQ321 took off from London's Heathrow Airport and encountered severe turbulence en route. Donald Trump's re-election campaign called The Apprentice, a film about the former U.S. president in the 1980s, pure fiction, and vowed legal action following its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. But director Ali Abbasi is offering to privately screen the film for Trump. Following its premiere Monday in Cannes, Stephen Chung, Trump campaign spokesperson, said in a statement that the Trump team will file a lawsuit to address the blatantly false assertions from these pretend filmmakers. This garbage is pure fiction which sensationalizes lies that have been long debunked, Chung said. The Apprentice stars Sebastian Stan as Trump. The central relationship of the movie is between Trump and Roy Cohn, the defense attorney who was chief counsel to Joseph McCarthy's 1950s Senate investigations of suspected communists. Asked about the Trump campaign's statement Tuesday in Cannes, Abbasi told reporters, "Everybody talks about him suing a lot of people. They don't talk about his success rate though, you know." But the Iranian-Danish director also struck a less combative tone as he discussed the film at its festival press conference. He offered to screen The Apprentice for Trump and talk it over. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,335.62. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 52.64 points or 0.29%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,946.93. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 122.75 points or 0.31%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,157.97. The Shanghai index is decreased by 13.18 points or 0.42%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,220.62. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 415.60 points or 2.12%. Bombay stock close price is 73,953.31. The Sensex index is decreased by 52.63 points or 0.07%. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Talismanic Australian striker Sam Kerr has been officially ruled out of the Olympics almost 5 months after a serious knee injury derailed her season with Chelsea. The Matildas captain, one of the biggest names in women's football, ruptured her anterior cruciate ligament in January, and her father declared months ago that she would not be fit for Paris. But there had been no official confirmation until Tuesday, when national coach Tony Gustavsson unveiled a 23-player squad for upcoming friendlies against China in Adelaide and Sydney. Attacker Amy Sayre and forward Sam Kerr remain on the sidelines with long-term injuries, the squad announcement said, mentioning the duo's knee injuries. Kerr and Sayre will continue their rehabilitation programs in their home club environments and subsequently will not be available for selection for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Gustafsson said the 23-woman squad was a strong guide to his final Olympic lineup, but some omitted players like injured midfielders Katrina Gori and Ivy Luik could come into consideration. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Witness testimony finished in Trump hush money case, setting up closing arguments. Trump shares video suggesting his victory will bring unified Reich. Police break up pro-Palestinian camp at the University of Michigan. Trump allies plead not guilty in Arizona fake electors case. Biden releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline from Northeast Reserve in bid to lower prices at pump. Ed Dwight, America's first black astronaut candidate, finally goes to space 60 years later. US blacklists ex-Bangladesh general named in Al Jazeera investigation. Iran begins funeral ceremonies for Raisi. Arrest warrants for Netanyahu, Hamas leaders, France, Belgium back ICC bid. UN halts all food distribution in Rafah after running out of supplies in the southern Gaza city. One dead, 30 hurt as Singapore flight hits turbulence. Trump campaign calls The Apprentice blatantly false. Directors offers to screen it for him. And Australia's Sam Kerr ruled out of Paris Olympics 2024 with ACL injury. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all the TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jagu TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jagu BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.